Hey, everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans. How are you guys doing this fine Sunday afternoon?
Doing well.
Great.
Excellent. As you guys can see,
Horrible.
that sucks, Rob. Bastion over here is going to be our dungeon master, so I'm going to let him take it away from here. The show is yours. Go.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Bastion.
I'm sorry. I can't let this stand. All right, Neil.
Okay.
No,
saving
pro
pro
versus stat. Saving
pro versus stat.
far be it from me to complain, Neil. But
Rob, could you please give me a saving?
the champagne fountain in the green room, Corbell. Are you even legally allowed to call it a champagne fountain when you've stocked it with Corbell, Neil?
That's not an issue for public conversation, Rob. That's between you, me, and your agent. Okay.
You know what, Neil? You're right.
You should have mentioned this before we went live.
It's not really you that I'm angry at. It's just maybe the rest of you have had this. I had to have the conversation this morning with someone.
You just dug Melissa's grave, right?
Have you ever had that relationship that was so great for so long, but then if you were going to continue to grow, you had to, it was time, you had to leave it, even though it had been so great and even though you've been together since forever. And I had to do that. I'd been putting it off. And then this morning it was just like, it was time. It was either do it then or fail both of us, And so I had to say, hey, hey Boudica, you're not crazy. I know I've been saying those riflemen are just passing through. And we've been there. You've been there forever. It's not you, it's me. You've been there forever. Every time there's been a fight, you've had my back. Whenever things were looking bad, you had the perfect gift to make it better.
Does anyone else know what he's talking about?
And
I do, actually, which is sad.
the thing is,
I'm right on board with this.
I've looked everywhere. And in this wild, crazy, mixed up, randomly generated world of ours, the only oil resources are deep in your territory. And believe me, I've looked everywhere. And if there was any other choice, if coal-fired tanks or planes were a thing, believe me, I'd be there with you to the end. But I just gotta say, and I never thought I'd say this, but I just gotta say, your head would look good at the end of a pole.
What is he talking about?
Boudica is a leader in Civ, and he's now declared war upon her for the oil resources, which I've done a number of times. That was like a retelling of many a conversation me and Boudica have had in dramatic glory. Oftentimes for oil, because damn it, I need fucking tanks.
I know.
I need to do it on an army of tanks.
Well, Bastion,
Anyway,
take it away.
Rob, you're not getting field play, by the way.
Yeah, not after that.
I don't deserve it.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, hi, I'm Bastion. Some people might know me from Hardcore Heroes. I'm playing Kine the Ranger, the the good center of the party, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you can't tell me Van is the moral center by now. Malachi. Anyway,
They're the moral center. They just, have a different moral opinion than you.
I'm good.
They have a different persuasion of what may be moral.
Anyway, Yeah, and you guys introduce your characters since one of you has a new one. I see. Poor Ralph. May he be remembered.
So I forgot to make a character. So while you guys introduce yourselves, I'm making a new character right now.
There's a namelessly shifting face at the bar tavern, going through every race and class configuration, all like rapid fire.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He is doing this Skyrim,
Yeah.
selecting your character, and everyone is looking. What is he doing?
Wow, that must be an interesting illusion spell he's casting.
Anyway, yeah. Introduce your characters.
All right. Well, I'll go first. I am returning with Iwani, the noble woman that has absconded from the palace to seek out the peasant's life and explore a little bit of the world with her trusty steed Melangar and her rapiers at her side. And we have been through many an adventure together.
Hey, you have survived them all too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick.
I am playing Zen, the drunken, unblinking, creepy wizard.
Zen the Unblinking? Is that his like full title? I love it.
No, it's just Zen, but you look at him, he never blinks. It's really creepy.
He was useless last week. The only thing he did was drinking wine, and he didn't even care. Only in the end.
Oh, just sleep all the guards and be launching like sprays of fire at the dragon.
Let's be honest, everyone was useless last week.
Well, I was useful.
Everyone.
Everyone. Not a single person was useful.
Except
Not a single person saved everybody else's asses.
I can't think of anyone that did anything useful.
Yeah,
I can.
Enchanting, Ross, my wild magic saved the party, I say. Creating a +3 sling.
I gotta say,
And
the
who's-
giant cage helped a lot.
And who is holding this sling? Yeah, Max.
Mhm. And also the cage. He fell for the cage. That dragon was so stupid.
Yeah, that
That's
actually
true.
helped.
That's true. The cage
And
did
he
help.
got tricked by a level 1 spell.
And Max, tell us, who's the heroic wizard holding the sonic sling?
Yes. Of course, it's Maximilian the Illusionist. That's who I'm playing, and he's a trickster. Pretty good one at that, as he could fool a dragon. In real life, I'm Max. You might know me from Hardcore Heroes. I died. I was playing a dwarf.
Oh.
Yeah.
Died in a Neil game?
Who would have thought?
A dwarf in Hardcore Heroes dying? That's no-
Whoa! Mind blown.
I just want the next like fourth person, if they ever get one, to be another dwarf and them to die the first episode again.
Can I play the level 9 fighter in Hardcore Heroes?
No.
Mhm.
And at the end, almost at the end, the legend, the unwielding AC-24, Rob, Melissa, who is she?
Who is Melissa? So Melissa is a young elven girl who's out to spread the word of Martha. Look out, world. Here comes Martha, and she's A-OK with Martha.
And you have 3 companions, was it?
Yes, 3 animal companions. Let's see. I had to have the chat had to remind me the name for one of them last time. I've got because it was a new companion. So I have Virtue, my elven dog, Good Intentions, my rascally little weasel, and Vesper, my mountain lion. All totally legal.
No illegal pets in this campaign?
But are they spayed and neutered?
That's a good question.
No, that's how I get new animal companions.
Is
Well,
Melissa a
woman-
responsible pet owner? Is the question here.
You really want to
She sent them all against a dragon last time, so I'll say no.
Even the weasel?
Not the weasel.
Okay. Neil, how far are you?
I am almost done, but I can tell you everything you need to know about my character.
Nice.
My name is Butch. I'm a 150-year-old male elf. I am a
Butch the elf.
yeah, Butch the elf. You got a problem with the name?
There's a teenager.
Look, guys, I may not be your standard elf, or I may make a living robbing people's houses, but don't judge me till you can see what I can do with my fingers. All right, that's it.
Okay.
Mhm.
I still have to figure out his thief skills.
So what can you do with your fingers exactly? I'd be very
Well, pretty little thing like you I haven't seen since I left Sylvis. What's your name, honey?
Oh, I'm Iwany.
Iwany, huh?
Uh-huh.
Hmm. I had a stepmother by that name once.
You had a stepmother named Iwany. Very interesting. A
Mhm.
human name for an elven woman.
Well, you know, I grew up in a strange sort of place, lady.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I am so fascinated with you rough and tumble peasantry.
Why don't you hand me a lute and see how well I finger it? My positionings on those frets are perfect.
Oh, indeed. Well, I don't own a lute. I do know a bard.
You got
I
anything
met.
else I could play?
Perhaps we'll find him.
Oh god, we haven't even started yet. That's going wonderful. Okay. Can I start, Neil, or do you want?
No, go ahead. Start away. I'll have everything squared away before you need me to.
Okay. Yeah. It's a few days after your last adventure, or so you call it, with your
18
prize.
weeks.
No, a few days. And it's been about, you can call it a week. And nothing much has happened. Pretty quiet for the last few days, which is maybe a bit unusual for this region, for the Shenanigans itself. And it's morning, you're out to get your usual lunch at the Shenanigans, and you are standing for a closed door with a big closed sign. Over the door, a big broad guard is standing in front of it. And you see some scattered, usual customers of the Shenanigans in despair. They don't know what to do. Some are crying, some are scraping at the walls of the inn. Why is it closed? Why? What shall we do? I don't know. I don't have a life beside the Shenanigans. And
Oh, come on now, folks. I know it's sad, but there's plenty of places we can get milk in this town.
like where?
Well,
I got a couple of ideas.
you know, actually, cows are kind of in short supply now that I think about it. They have been for a while.
Yeah.
Ever
Anyway,
since the dragon mating ground thing.
Isn't there another bar in town? Joey's, I believe it was, just down the street. Perhaps you could find your liquors there, your spirits, if you will.
you see faces of utter disgust at this mention. Joey's? But that's not the Shenanigans. I mean, where shall we get our quests? Where shall we get anything? I mean, Desmond's food and whatever Glipglop was doing.
Well, if there's
I
no
wonder-
quests, then we should just go straight to the capital. I'm sure there's adventure there.
You all sound like a bunch of whiny ass bigots to me. What the hell's wrong with this other bar, huh? You can't accept other bars?
I wonder why it's not even out of business. This Joey's place. Never heard of it actually.
Stupid ass
as you
humans.
mentioned, the guard at the door loosens his shoulders a bit. Oh, well, the place is out of business for a few days because Desmond and, well, Elizabeth are away on a Warcourt's field trip with her daughter. And
They just shut down the bar? Desmond's never shut down his bar before. He usually passes it off to a bunch of very trustworthy folk to run in his absence, and nothing ever goes wrong.
I can second that. It was an excellent time. I mopped for the first time, and then we went to a weird shadow place.
You see, Bosch and Glub Glub tried to run the place, but it didn't go so well yesterday. Let's leave it at that. And you'll hear some clanging, what seems to be metal pots inside the house, some shouting, and suddenly Glib Glub crashes through one window. Waves at you and runs back through the feet of the guard into the inn. Well, let's leave it at that.
Huh. Well, where's this shadowy
Capital,
place you were
then.
talking about, little lady?
It's called the Capital. Wickthron Marenta.
I don't think it was quite like that. You see, there was dark, shadowy figures that would come up out of the ground and try to subsume your very soul, but
That's
it's
Wickthron
like a
Marenta.
duplicate of the very town we were in. In fact, it seemed like we could move items in this world by moving them in the shadow realm, but only as far as to the edge of town. It was quite a strange ordeal. It was just mopping in a circular pattern, and then I got a little sloppy, but it was the first time mopping.
Seems like somebody could have made a good heist using that mechanic.
We almost did. Someone needed a crown, I think it was.
The guard standing, well, next to you, fidgets a bit. Talking about crime,
Oh no, it wasn't crime. We were just getting a crown for someone that needed one.
Not my duty. Well, anyway, if you're looking for a place to go, a bar or inn, I heard Desmond had some words with a friend? No. Someone he knows. That should be arriving soon, he said. I don't know. He has something planned. Don't know if you want to hang around for it, but he said it will be fine.
Well, I said we head over to Joey's. I could, stir something up. Get a little
Perhaps we'll
mixed
find
drink.
a flute there for you to play.
Maybe we can get a cocktail.
This shadow realm, does it still exist? I would like to study it. Seems
Perhaps
so
you could. You just need to go into Shenanigans and mop. About
Just mop
night
Shenanigans?
time, I think.
You think I'm a peasant?
Well, I'm clearly not a peasant
Look
either,
like
but
a
it's
peasant.
worth trying. It was quite exciting. I don't know why more people don't like to mop. Perhaps there's some kind of maids guild that happens in the Shadow Realm. That's why they only do it.
Well, you guys...
Must be a place you can hide from the National Scrying Agency. Could be very useful. You see, I've been kicked out of the NSA, and I think they're still trying to find me. But in this, with the knowledge of the Shadow Realm,
As you say that, you see the guard at the door pull out a small, a few letters, searches for a pen, writes something down. Well, anyway, no going into the inn or Shenanigans today and for the next few days.
How the hell are we supposed to get anything done if we can't even get into Shenanigans? I mean,
We
isn't that
can't
the
talk to the
namesake of the
Capitol.
whole program?
I don't really think I want to go to the capital. It's a
It's the
boring
only
place
option.
there. Everyone just tries to tell you how to behave. It's not nearly as fun as out here, Melissa, I promise.
They've got great shopping.
What about you?
Well, they do have that. The selection is quite wonderful.
What do you think, Mr. Noblink?
Well, we're not getting much done just sitting around here.
Oh, so it's elf rhymes.
You got a problem with me? Miss Holier Than Thou? Huh? Dress yourself up and down like Martha?
I am. How kind of you to notice.
Mm-hmm.
So we could go to the capital.
But don't worry, Martha smiles on the sinners as well. There's still hope for you.
Nick, you're a bit quiet.
Am I?
A bit hard to hear you.
All right.
It's fine now.
Is it fine?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, you're loitering around in front of the Shenanigans, discussing the way.
Mr. NSA, you got anything interesting in this town that doesn't take multiple days of traveling to get there?
Actually, no. This is why I'm here. You see, I heard a lot of shenanigans happen, so...
You hear suppressed laughter from the guards.
Too bad it's closed.
Ah.
I don't think you'll find shenanigans in this Joey's place. Unfortunately.
What a shame.
Well, if we don't have anything pressing going on, I do have a personal... shall we call it a quest? I think that would be fun. I'm looking for the fruit of a Jimenju that I could feed dear old Melangar. And if we have someone from the National Scrying Agency, even an ex-operative, I'm sure we might be able to find some.
Well, it shouldn't be a big problem, since we saved the world last time. Literally saved the world.
Jimenju, isn't there that thing with all the wild animals and Robin Williams comes and...
I don't know who this Robin Williams is, but the Jimenju is this story my nan told me when I was a little one. And it's this fruit that grows on a very specific tree known as the Jimenju in the shape of a humanoid face. It says that it laughs with mirth until it falls from the tree. But it is rumored that the old ancient kings would eat this to promote their life to long-lasting, many, many years. And as we all know, sadly, horses don't quite have the life line that a human does. But perhaps if I were to feed it to Melangar, she could be with me forever.
As you tell the group this astounding tale about this legendary fruit, you hear a single person screaming. You look in the direction, see someone from east of town running down the street, shouting, "Ah! It works! Why does it work? No! Ah!" Runs past you.
Apparently, somebody needs that horse.
I am gonna try to stop him, if that's possible. As he runs by.
He is running full speed down the street. How do you want to stop him?
Well, I don't know if it's too late, but as he runs by, I want to color spray him.
No problem. It's never too late for color spray. Okay.
Okay. He should be unconscious unless he's 2 hit dice more.
Give me an initiative roll. Just to see if he can run past the color spray in time.
Sure.
Because he is sprinting.
Casting time of 1, so shouldn't be a problem. Where's my roll?
I don't see it either.
I entered the command and it's not showing.
Make sure it's a slash, not an exclamation point.
The dice are
that's
working.
There we go. 4.
Yeah, you shoot the colored sand in his colored light in his direction, and just a bit further to the right, and you would have hit him with it.
Damn
But
it!
he whiffs past you, screaming, and maybe now even more agitated. He jumps away from you. And just screams at his lung, and you see him at maybe 100 feet down the road, jump into an alleyway.
He cannot get away from this. Let me see. If I can cast-
Well, he's clearly gotten away now to the capital. Then
And Maximilian,
Well, I would be fascinated to see what he's so concerned about moving. Usually things that move don't freak people out that much.
Maximilian, you feel a big hand on your shoulders. And as you turn around, the guard that stands in front of the door. What was that? I
See,
think
he
that
was
was
panicked. I'm trying to calm him down. See,
that looked like a color spray, and he searches through somewhere under his armor. Gets out of his armor some pocket a small little book. I think that goes under violation of personal rights if you attack someone unprovoked with a color spray.
you see, this guy was in duress. I assumed that he was going to hurt himself if I didn't do anything about it.
Listen, little guy with whatever
all
weapon
justified.
you have at your side, if you want to deal with the NSA, you're going to have to go through the four of us. So you might want to be careful about the words you pick next. All right?
How tall is Butch?
Butch is extraordinarily tall for an elf. He's 5'11".
Okay, this guy is still bigger than you. He's
Oh.
a bit over 6 feet tall.
Mhm.
And at his side, he has a big mace. And
Sorry, I have 4 hand axes at my side. I've got more weapons.
and yeah, Maximilian, give me a charisma check. You can
Sure. Let's
talk
see.
your way out of this.
11 charisma. Okay. Pass.
He looks at you, looks at Butch. My first day and already trouble. Yeah.
Don't want your first day to be your last day. You better behave. This man here's a shadowmancer. You don't even know what sort of sorcery he can cook up.
He can.
Right, fellow who I've never met before today?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's not
I don't think you should be talking to authorities like that.
While this is going on, I just want to mount Melangar and just trot off in the opposite direction of the screaming man. I want to see what's moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
Ione actually doing something useful while the rest of the party argues with the NPC.
Well, Melissa and Butch are discussing the legal status of rudely talking to authorities. Yeah, you're right down the road, and you hear
noble.
and feel a slight rumbling in the ground, like
That's on you.
something coming closer.
Seems to be seismic activity.
Do I guess I'm looking around, Bastion. What do I see the cause of the rumbling, or do I just think that the Earth is very hungry?
Give me a perception check. Let's see.
Sure. I'm very perceptive.
Okay.
We will see.
I am perceptive, damn it. That's
Yeah.
Right on point.
You look around, you hear. From where does it come? Yeah, it definitely is coming from down the road.
Okay.
From the east.
I continue down the road then until I can figure out what it
It's
is.
coming closer. What is the rest of the group doing? Are you still discussing?
I'm following.
I'm starting to hypothesize what it could be. Like, it could be a creature of gargantuan size that could cause this seismic activity, or maybe it's just an illusion that we might feel this. Let's just start rambling random magical knowledge. Could
You're lucky. You're lucky I got better things to do with my day than make mincemeat out of you.
It could be Martha punishing us for something that Butch said.
No, I don't think. When it comes to Martha and me, she's on the other end of the receiving of punishment, if you know what I mean, little lady.
Nick, you were saying?
Yeah, I'm following Ione.
Okay. Yeah. You go and ride further to the east of town, and maybe a minute later, into view comes a house walking on many little feet under it. It's about a bit smaller than the Shenanigans. On the one side, there is some kind of inn sign dangling in the front window it's a roof window. You see a figure with some kind of worn robes and the big pointy head, screaming, shouting some kind of, you can say, instructions. Steady, girl, easy, easy. The house rumbles down the street, and at the side of the house are two riders. Seem to, accompany him.
Uh-oh, it's either Baba Yaga or Hal, and neither one sounds good.
Yeah.
I knew a man named Baba Yaga once. Killed all of the Russian gangsters in New York. Better stay away from this house.
I mean, people have seen shit in this town, but they're jumping out of the way of this house. It does not care about who is standing in the way.
Wow. This house must be a VIP. Look at the escort.
And if the guy in the window sees you on the road and shouts to you, move aside, quick! It does not matter if someone stands in his way, this house will just trample them down. Move aside!
And in what authority? Why would we move aside?
On the authority of a big fucking house moving your way!
I move off to the side.
Yeah, I trot to the side, making sure to leave room between.
I don't want to get crushed by a million tiny feet.
I step aside as well.
I'll get out of the way of the house.
Yeah, okay. The house moves past you.
I'm pretty sure the law says they have to put red flags on it. They're going to be moving an oversized.
That's true. That's true. That was one of the laws my father passed in the Capitol, I believe.
Wait a minute, your father's a lawman?
Well, noble people must make laws all the time.
We should go visit him.
Oh no, you don't want to go there. It's very boring. I'm telling you. Everyone wants to tell you what to do, and there's rules, and you can't ever get dirty or go on adventures. It's much better out here.
Well, I would love to become my personal lawyer.
Anyway, this house moves past you about, another 200 feet, finds some free space and plants itself in it. Sits down and just the ensign dangling from above its door.
Well, alright, nothing unusual about that around these parts. Let's go find something to do.
And
That's not unusual to you. What a life you must live. My God, you're fascinating.
So, to the capital?
And the guard beside you says, well, that seems to be Desmond's friend. He said
You know a lot about Desmond and his friends.
Well, he said, he wrote it down for me. He said that a friend of his would arrive in an unusual matter, he did not specify, and would replace the shenanigans, or at least the activity of the shenanigans, until he's back. Looks like an to me.
Alright, let's go drink. Just no question, just totes me.
I go to the entrance of the newly arrived building and says, "Oh, ladies first." I open the doors for the ladies.
Okay. Well, let me find a hitching post real quick. We can't let Melangar just wander aimlessly. I search for something that will serve as a hitching post to tie up Melangar, and we'll happily enter the newfound moving bar.
An illegally sized building, moving illegally down the road, and plopping itself illegally in the middle of the streets? Sounds like my kind of place. Alright, I'm in.
You can find a place for Malangar to find Malangar. The two guys who rode beside the house are making some place for their horses too. And yeah, you can see the ensign dangling. It's some kind of nasty looking toe on it, and the name of the inn is the Troll Toe. And yeah, you enter the inn, and it looks cozy, kind of like your standard inn. And greeting you is the same figure as before, as you've seen in the window, only now with an apron, with a bit of a dirty apron over his robes. He has grey robes, a grey pointy hat, and on the hat is in bright sparkly letters mage. Maybe lit on the hat, you don't know, glued on the hat. Greetings, first customers. I thought I scared everyone away. What can I do for you?
Oh, on the contrary. You have been very inviting with your very special building of yours, Sir Mage.
Yeah, my name is Gafat, and yeah, little spell I made myself. Quite fascinating, right?
Do you mind me taking a look at that spell at some point?
He looks you up and down. I don't think you could cast it.
How unfortunate.
Anyway, you want some food, something to drink?
Sure.
Yes, of course. Food and drink for my friends here. But you must regale us of your tales, this exotic traveling bar, and yourself, such a strange little peasant man. Please tell us all about you and your adventures over some drink and food.
Oh, please, I'm no peasant man. I'm a sorcerer. I'm quite adept in magic. Oh, anyway,
Peasants can learn sorcery too. I don't judge.
anyway, he
He's got
goes.
the gray robes and the gray pointed hat and everything. I mean, come on. The only thing that's missing is a faulty bridge and a Balrog.
he looks quite young. He has a short, pointy black beard and relatively short black hair. For as he says, powerful mage, he looks quite young. And yeah, he hurries back into what you think is the kitchen. You hear some scuttling, some rustling, and he comes back with some mugs, some ale, puts it on your table. So, and hands you a card. This is the menu. Have a look. And he hurries back into the kitchen, and before he arrives, he shouts out of the window, guys, could you help me please? If customers are arriving, I need someone to serve them. And the two guys who are riding beside the house come in, on some aprons and waiting for other customers. And yeah. So you're looking at the menu?
I'm looking through the menu.
It seems quite a standard menu. You have your baked potatoes with meat and your soups. One thing seems odd. Your baked potatoes are with troll meat. Your soup is troll stew. And your pudding is troll pudding with Grandma's special surprise sauce.
Grandma's special cry sauce?
Surprise sauce.
Oh.
Well, that's just environmentally friendly because trolls regenerate. And so, you just get one troll and you can feed the world.
Why would you think this is nutritious? Are troll meats nutritious at all?
They have a little bit of nutrition in them, but they taste like shit. Troll's a tough, gamey sort of critter. Not all that good. My stepfather used to bring home troll meat all the time.
While you're looking over the menu, trying to choose something, a few other people are entering the inn, and after a few minutes, many tables are full and seats taken. And yeah, the Gavard comes back. So, chosen something?
One of everything, please. We'd like to try it all.
Yes, can you arrange a buffet of all these different things that's on the menu? Anyway, so before we order, we would like to know the cost. We would like to know that we're not being, fooled. There are price listings on this, right?
No. The price are mostly ask instead of
Right.
price.
Before we order, what's the price of each of these?
Well, it's quite a big list, by the way, the menu. So
Right. I just want to get an idea so that it's not like costing 1,000 gold for each.
no. It's maybe a bit more expensive than your usual inn food, but let's see. The potatoes with troll flank are about 2 gold, and the ale is standard. The troll pudding with the surprise sauce, special deal only today, they're 5 silver, and this stews are normally 1 gold.
As I said, one of everything, please. We can't pass this opportunity up. You don't see cuisine like this every day. Even where I'm from, it's quite unusual.
Okay, but it could take a while, especially with other guests now.
Well, we have time, and of course, we want our strange little mage friend to come tell us all of his crazy travels and stories.
Of course. Yeah, he runs back to the
Is
kitchen.
the milk
Excuse me, how long would this order take?
I have to see. Depends on what the other customers want. Because yours will probably take the longest to prepare.
Oh, if you need be, I could arrange to have the rest of the customers removed.
No, thank you. I like my info. And he runs back to the kitchen. Yeah, you're waiting. From time to time, you see one of the 2 servants come to some tables, ask what they're ordering, and yeah, after a few, maybe 15 minutes, the first dishes are getting delivered to the tables, and you see it. They look quite tasty. The meat is a bit greenish, but everything else looks quite good. And on every table, they put down a big bottle with seems like brown sauce.
I asked one of the waiters or waitresses, where's the bathroom?
Oh, the inn has no bathroom, but
No bathroom in this establishment?
Let me.
What kind of service do you provide here?
Wait a minute. He awkwardly walks back to the kitchen. He hears some shouting. Wait a minute, then you have a bathroom. You see Garfard run past you out of the door. Hear some mumbling, then from outside. He comes back in. Sorry, folks, almost forgot it. If you want to, take a piss or something, there's a little hut outside.
I was almost wondering if I'm getting my money's worth. All right, I'll go ahead. And then once I'm done in there, I want to cast Detect Magic and go back into the...
Oh, okay. Yeah. After you're in, you detect magic, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Then the whole inn radiates. I don't know, what are the levels of magic again? Average, strong, overwhelming. I think whole hut, everything including you sense overwhelming magic.
Okay.
And you can't really get
Can
a
I
feel.
ascertain if the food's magic color?
you come in, you look at the food. No, the food is not magic at all. It's food. It's Prometheus, if you follow the menu, but it seems to be normal food.
This
Anyway.
food seems to be safe to eat. Go ahead.
Well, that's good because I was already eating it.
Oh, you haven't gotten
Yeah.
your food. Yeah. After about 40 minutes, I don't know if you want to do anything special in that time. A waiter comes by and asks if you want another fill of your drinks.
Where does your milk come from? Where do you get it?
Gaffard has his stores, and thanks to his magic, doesn't go bad.
It doesn't have any meth in it, does it?
What's meth?
Because I've been trying to cut down on the meth milk.
He goes back in the kitchen. Gaffard, you know what meth milk is? He seems to get some answer. You can't hear it over the noise of the inn. He doesn't know what meth milk is. No, if so, we don't have any.
Well, I guess just to be safe, do you get your milk from a cow or from a shadowy underground organization?
Cows. We stop by towns and fill our tanks.
Okay.
You have tanks of milk?
Well, of course, they're an inn.
Tanks?
Well, how
Well,
do you,
you can-
desert the milk's taste in such long trips? How are they even fresh?
Well, it
That's a
depends.
good question.
Chill metal
the milk-
smell.
Quite a lot of questions you have to ask about this, and of course it's magical. The milk stays fresh for quite a while, several weeks, and we normally refill once a week. Anyway, I have to give dishes to the other guests.
Indeed.
Scuffles back to his work. Yeah, after about 40 minutes, as said, both waiters come out of the kitchen with a big tablet full with dishes, soup, potatoes, vegetables, all with some kind of troll meat in some form. You have your fried troll sticks, you have your troll soup with sliced troll meat, you have your troll flanks with potatoes, and you have also your troll pudding with Grandma's special surprise sauce. And the sauce is not, the surprise sauce does not seem to be the one standing on every table. That seems just to be standard brown sauce. And on your table too, they have a big bottle of this brown sauce. Yeah, and they put it down on your table. Enjoy.
Well,
I'm just
everyone,
having-
dig in, try everything. I need to know exactly what you all think of it, and I begin putting like every dish on my plate so I can sample a little bit of everything.
I'm gonna roll a grub skill check on this.
Ooh, I did not roll a grub skill.
Ooh, grub skill.
Yeah.
I'm just having the milk.
Oh no, Melissa, you must try this. Would you pass up such an opportunity?
Oh, poor Ralph.
What does your grub skill define? You just so.
Your enjoyment of food.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but are you enjoying just specific foods, or do you just not care?
Oh, I'm not eating any of this stuff. I just need to know what my grub skill was.
Okay.
Yeah, Butch doesn't eat troll.
For someone who
Anyway.
lives such an interesting life, you have such a narrow view of what you put in your mouth.
Vonnie,
Not usually me putting things in their mouth.
you take a bite. The meat does not taste any way special.
That's just disappointing.
Like normal meat, maybe a bit has some bit of little gamey aftertaste. But after you try it with some brown sauce, it tastes pretty well. And after a while, you tasted something from everything. You feel quite refreshed. You feel well. Really well.
I feel well, guys. Like I'm refreshed.
And the last dish you taste is the pudding with Grandma's special surprise sauce. You take a bite with sauce and give me save versus spell.
Okay.
Everyone who's eating.
Versus
I only had the milk.
That's a
How
fail.
didn't this come under my radar?
Well, you didn't have any pudding on the tables until now.
Ah! Alright.
It's a dessert after all. And you eat it, it tastes incredibly good. Sweet, but also a bit sour and spicy. And you're enjoying it.
This is really good, guys.
It's
You should eat
hot.
some before I eat it all.
It's getting hot in here. You start to sweat. Tug on your
I think a special surprise is coming. Watch out.
and it's getting hot. Very hot. And
Does Nelly come on in the background?
Yet you don't feel bad. You feel actually pretty good. Maybe too good in a special way. And you feel that it's get kind of hot in your lower regions. What do you do?
It's a bit swampy in here. Maybe I need to get some cool air. I'm gonna stand up and go outside, get a little cool air.
Oh, I failed my
Yeah.
save also.
The cool air does wonders, but you see, as you guys watch her stepping out of the inn, a bit of steam rises from her.
I'm hot. I'm so hot. Power hot. I strut as I walk out to the cool air.
Did anyone else eat from the dishes?
Yeah, I had some pudding and I failed my save.
I only had the milk. As long as the milk is fine.
The same happens to you.
I'm not eating anything up.
So you guys see Zen starting to sweat. He still doesn't blink. Sweat pours from his
It's
face.
really just creepy. I'm not even moving. I'm just sitting there steaming, apparently.
Yeah, after a while, steam rises from him. Now you've noticed some other guests having the same kind of effects on them. And some rush outside. Some order a bucket of water, just douse themselves with it. But nobody is complaining. They all seem to like their food. You three still not eating anything from it.
Mm-mm. I lean over
Just
the.
milk.
I give a wave to the bartender though. To get their
the-
attention.
the waitress.
Yeah, I just order all this food just to see what happens to my other party members.
Yeah, a waiter comes over and yeah.
No. Bartender, bring the bartender over here. I got questions for him specifically.
He's quite busy cooking food right now. What is
The bartender's cooking food. You don't have a cook.
There's no bar. There's no bar. Yeah, it is an inn. You have a kitchen and your inn room.
And a common room.
Oh, not really an inn, more a tavern.
Tavern. Okay. The
restaurant.
owner. Bring the owner over here.
If you wish.
I also stand up next to Neil. What's your character's name again?
Butch.
Butch. I stand up next to Butch and I expectantly wake the mage.
Okay. Yeah. He hurries back after a minute. Gavard comes out. So, what's the trouble?
What are you doing here in this town, huh?
Well, Desmond, I received a message from Desmond saying if I could replace him for a few days, and I was just in the region, so...
So, why'd you bring this whole crazy-ass building over here and not just work out of his building? You're blocking the road.
The house not standing directly in front, not blocking the whole road, by the way. It's just a bit on the road. Well, maybe so, but... Well, I like my own inn, and Desmond seemed to like it. You know, he has a funny past.
You're not worried about the mayor, Colonel Sanders, coming by and arresting you?
Oh, we had some dealings. They know.
Mm-hmm. You're not worried about the Wizards of Woghorts coming and confiscating your magical dwelling?
Woghorts. No.
Mm-hmm.
They know me.
You seem awfully familiar. Whereabouts are you from, Mr. Suspicious Man?
Oh, I'm traveling the whole
How'd Desmond get in contact with you if you were traveling?
magic.
Desmond doesn't know any magic. He's a fighter. He wields a sword. He doesn't know how to cast spells. I've seen him fumble around trying to talk about magic with his daughter. How did he get in contact with you?
Give me a charisma check.
Something here stinks and it's not the troll meat.
No, the drum it.
I think it might be the troll.
No.
Well,
Also, I ask, when was your last inspection from the NSA Department of Food Security?
Mm-hmm.
Food security. Honey. Oh.
See, I don't think there's terms on these effects of yours, the magical effects in this pudding. It's not even stated. There's no rules of agreement on this menu. I'm disappointed. I think the NSA should be contacted about this.
He leans.
You know that you're also supposed to put how many calories are in each thing on the menu.
And
Because how are we supposed to know?
To be honest, lady, you could use a few more.
Maximilian. He
They're a
leans
little
forward.
scrawny for my tastes.
He leans forward and, well,
I thank
to
you.
be honest, it's not the pudding, it's the sauce. And you don't see anyone complaining, do you?
Uh-huh.
I just look at him and say, "Why am I steaming?"
Well, as I said, it's not one of my recipes. It's one of my grandmother's.
First, I thought you were a rebellious man who didn't care for nothing. Turns out you've quite legally planted your building here in the street, and you're legally serving all this food, and you're just a crazy wizard man, not some sort of unhinged rebel without a cause.
Why would I be? Anyway,
Thought you were an interesting fellow. Turns out you're just another one of them law-abiding, goody-goody two-shoes who has weird tastes.
Oh, by the way, a young man, or friend, wizard friend, he points to you, Maximilian. At a certain level of power, you don't really care about any organizations anymore. I can tell you. Anyway, you're not eating anything of this? Your friends seem to enjoy it.
Troll? Nuh-uh.
It's quite,
I don't eat rats. Trolls are the rats of the monster world.
I thought giant rats were the rats of the monster world.
That's true, too. Trolls are their nearby cousins. Disgusting.
And were rats.
Anyway, since you're not eating any of this stuff, and you seem to be quite an interesting fellow, and seem quite adept at handling such things, so helping Desmond It's not the only reason I'm here.
Oh,
Well?
you don't say.
You know? Let's talk about this in the kitchen. Maybe you want to fetch your friend. I don't know if she needs any more water. Seems to be quite handling herself out there.
I'll get up without saying a word, go over, step outside, give Iwini a smack on the ass, and be like, babe, let's head inside.
Follow. Intrigued by this. No one's ever dared touch me like that before.
And tell the mage, like, it's good that you allow us to inspect your kitchen.
Zen and Ivory, you're a bit wobbly on your feet. You walk a bit funny towards the kitchen.
Okay.
What am I
I think
drunk?
this is a good,
As-
this is a
Yeah.
good place to make our first break.
We can take a break here.
All right. We'll see you guys on the other side of our break in a few minutes. Bye-bye.